Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Boredom Chronicles, and you can see I've got the Man of Steel logo. I've had to draw this in Lightburn, and today I'm going to be laser cutting this out in 3mm EVA foam, but first we're going to give it some texture. And this is the texture that we're going to do. Now, I took some reference off the internet and drew this in Lightburn. I had to draw each individual shape, so it took a long time. Then I created rows and columns to build the entire texture. And it's this that we're going to be engraving onto the EVA foam first before we cut out our Man of Steel shape. Next we have the Ben Affleck chest symbol from Justice League. Now this will be engraved and cut in 3mm EVA foam. The outer shape will be cut out, while everything else, the green stitches and the creases, will all be engraved at a lower power setting. Our third project is the chest symbol from The Flash. Now this is Michael Keaton's new suit symbol. This is just going to be cut out of 3mm EVA foam. There's no texture with this, but I just really liked it. Back at the machine now, I've speeded this clip up. You can see there, it's mapping out each individual row, and that will make the entire texture pattern. Now it is quite small, and even though this is a fast clip, I have speeded up the engraving process, so it's about 150mm a second. I figured out the faster I go with the laser, the better the engraver, the sharper the engraver is. I can't lower the power because any lower and it won't even touch the foam. So it's just doing the last couple of rows there, and then you'll see the shape of the S being cut out. Now this, again, is a little bit of a higher power. I think I've got this at 35% power, and it's about 50mm a second to cut through the foam. It's cutting out the outline. And once it's cut out, we shall go over to the bench and pick out the pieces we don't need and assemble it with the rear. Okay, so here's the completed thing. Just get rid of that, we don't need that. And also what we've got to do is push out these pieces that we no longer need. Now when you cut 3mm EVA foam, the heat of the laser can make it curl up a little bit. Obviously when you glue this down to your cosplay, that won't matter, but for today's purposes, you will note that it is just turned up a tiny little bit. Just fold those edges down so it lies flat. Now that looks really good. So this is a piece that I've cut with just the texture, and then we're going to lay on the S with texture on there. And you can see how great that looks. Now this can be painted, but also you could cut these pieces out in a gold and a red EVA foam, and that would look really, really good. Onto our second one now. The laser's already started with the Batfleck texture, so there's the stitches for the suit there. It's doing some of the creases, and it's already done 2 of the lines pattern. We're just finishing off the texture there. Now what it's doing is just engraving the same as the previous one, very low power and a fairly fast speed. So we're doing the vertical lines as it's doing there, and then there's one final line right the way through the middle. Okay, so it's cutting out the outline of the logo now. That's not too bad at all. And last but not least, the Batman Flash chest symbol. This is just a simple 2-piece item, the center bat and then the outer ring. Again, cut in 3mm EVA foam. This is about 50mm a second and about 35% power. And there we have it. Easy textured EVA foam chest symbols for your cosplay. You could do it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.